Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't finish my drink. You may recognize this from another video. It is a monster white pineapple with clear spiced rum. And because I didn't finish my drink, and I've got some ice left over, and this stuff isn't great, I'm going to add it to my pineapple spiced rum. That doesn't smell good. And we're going to talk... Is there an expiration date on this? No. Well, there could be. This could say 8/3/20 on it. Or rather, it does say 8/3/20, but I don't know if that's a lot number or an expiration date. The other date is 12/24/02, which could also be an expiration date. Alcohol. Anyway, my neighbors are talking. So, I pulled out a list of psychological or philosophical questions. I can't believe I keep making that mistake. I pulled out a list of psychological questions, and I figured I may as well answer a couple of those things because I need videos. And one of them is music the universal language? Well, that's interesting. Anyway, for every 1,000 subscribers I got to do purchase one of these bracelets from the company 4Ocean. 4Ocean then pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. It's good for all of us, and that's a universal thing you can do to make the world better. Now, is music the universal language? I mean, let's first break this down to what we mean by universal language. Universal language to humans. All right? And, it's like there are basically two most universal languages. One of them is mathematics. Okay, almost all the world we use the same mathematical symbols. And music to humans should have a fairly common biological effect. Ugh. The pineapple is helping. That stuff has weird old fruit smell. It's a Maine and Vine wine spritzer pink grapefruit with natural flavors. And it has an old smell to it. But understand something, okay? Music is a simple language that conveys emotion. When you watch Jaws, for example, okay, the film Jaws, that da 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 da, what that is a heartbeat. And the heart is very closely associated with emotions. When we are excited, the heart beats fast, and when we are calm, the heart beats slowly. Okay, so music, the beat of the music tends to influence the beat of the heart. And whereas the lyrics of the music are not necessarily universally understood, the emotions conveyed by the music should basically be universal. Every human being on earth that understands the concept of sad should hear sad music and understand that this is sad. Every human being on earth should hear happy music and understand that this is happy. These are biological responses. I mean, the act of being happy, it's like it doesn't matter what just happened to somebody. If you give them a certain chemical stimulus, they will feel happy. I mean, it's like, if somebody just saw their house burned down and their entire family killed, and then you gave them a shot of cocaine, they're going to have a happy response to the cocaine. It doesn't matter what else is happening in the world. That cocaine is going to give you a step up in the world. So that's one of those things. And, happy music should increase the beating of the heart and make you happy. But, I mean, some people may have a different response to that than others. So, I mean, no language is completely universal. Music is not completely the universal language. It may be universal that certain things, like blue, okay? Every creature on this world probably associates blue, every creature that can see blue probably associates blue with cold, okay? A cold morning will have a blue sky. Water will be cold and blue. Ice has a blueness to it, although it's often white. That's one of those things. We generally associate yellow and red with heat. Red more with danger because it's the color of our blood. And there are creatures that don't have red blood. So red has a certain universality amongst humans. In fact, the way human beings perceive color, first we perceive black and white, light and dark, day and night. All right? Then normally we perceive red, the color of our blood. Okay? Beyond red is more questionable, but I think it goes next to yellow and then green, and the last color to be named by any society would be blue. In fact, there are still societies today where green and blue are the same color. They're shades of the same color. So, you could say that music is a universal stimulus, and there are other universal stimuluses like color and shape. And I mean, there are languages in that they can convey an idea. They can convey things like hot and cold, happy and sad, danger and safety. That's, the nature of human experience. However, you have to understand that these are still learned experiences based on our environment, and they may not be, if you took a human being and placed them on an alien world where instead of red and orange are the colors of fall, they were the colors of winter, things might be different. If you could put somebody in an environment where snow is always pink, maybe their perception of blue changes. We don't know. But we all live in an environment where, the autumn brings reds and browns and oranges, and so we associate those colors with food because that's the time of the harvest. And, some people have less of a harvest, so those don't have as strong as a impact on them. But, it's one of those things. So let us return to the question. Is music the universal language? Is music the universal language? No. This would imply that music is the only universal language. It is not. Okay? Music has a universal meaning. There are other things that have universal meanings. So, music is either a universal language or music is part of the universal language. But music is not in and of itself a universal language. This is the point. I mean, understand something. You know, if I say, I want you to tell the truth, all right? This is very different between the truth and a truth, right? You know, I tell you, I want you to tell the truth, and you say, you know, a blue whale's tongue can be the size of an elephant, or weigh as much as an elephant. This is a truth, okay? It may have nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it is true. So, there's that thing that's in the question. The word "the" is very important. The answer would be, music is a medium with which one can almost universally express certain concepts. Typically, those concepts are basic and I can't say non-abstract because I think danger is an abstract concept. I don't think you can express death to all parties with music. Although we have funeral dirges, and funeral dirges have a concept to them. So, you know, I mean, if you took people from every culture and played them a funeral dirge, would this mean that, you know, they would all say this is associated with death? Probably not. They might say that this is all associated with an important event. This would still be an abstract concept. So music is a universal language for which one can clearly express basic emotions, joy, sorrow, fear, but not clearly express more abstract concepts like life and death or location and age. Music is part of the universal language, which includes sound and color and shape. Anyway, yeah, philosophical questions can be pretty hard. So I guess the answer is no, music is not the universal language. It is part of a universal form of communication that should reach all human beings. There you have your answer. It may not be terribly satisfying. I may have rambled a bit. But, you know, that's the answer I can give you. I'm Richard.
Oogog, Urganog. Daniel Ducky say YouTube gods need long outro so I can tell you comment, like, and subscribe so that this channel can pull trash out of ocean by buying matrices from For Ocean. Also, links to new video now appear. Comment, like, and subscribe, or be cursed by Ugatha. Daniel Ducky approves.